people are genuinely scared to challenge themselves. Let me explain what I mean. They have this ego where they're thinking to themselves that, oh, I can't what's it called? I can't VOD review. I can't do this. I can't do that. Why? Because then this challenges me as a person, and then that shows me that I'm either shit and I don't know what I'm doing, right? Or people can shit on me because I put myself in this like level of ego. Like, I do you understand what I mean? Like, when I say that, I mean, like, for example, some people will not take criticism, for example. Should I tell you something? When I first played Overwatch in the team,
yeah, I know some. Yeah.
I will never forget this lesson this guy gave me. When I was playing a scrim, do you know when things were going bad? Do you know one thing that I used to do? I used to go silent. I used to be like, oh, it's over. What's the point of talking? You know? Like, why am I trying to put so much pressure into something that is obviously not going to work? Right? But then, do you know what he said to me? Bro, you need to call out. You are the main tank in this situation, right? That's the first thing. And he's got a point with that. But secondly, on top of that, you are the plan maker. We will either kill with you or we die with you. Right? It's better to have a plan than no plan. Tell your team what to do. In a thing, what's it called? Everybody as one body. You know Sun Tzu, The Art of War?
Yeah.
Sun Tzu says the best army is an army that moves as one body instead of 1,100,000 bodies. You know what I mean? It's, for example, when me and you play, for example, right? I swear to God, I don't need to tell you what I want to dive on, and you know what to dive on. It's because you notice it, and you're good enough to notice it.
But it's sometimes like you can't take this advice positionally. Like having an off angle is really nice sometimes, you know, like off angle.
Certainly, but can you not time that? Like, for example, let me explain what I mean. You're playing Winston.
Stay coordinated, like being one body.
Yeah, exactly.
Not in the location, but in the mind.
Yeah, exactly.
One
and some
mind
people can't
more
do that.
than
Why can't people not do that? And I genuinely cannot understand. This is a team-based game. Fuck a team-based game. It's a numbers game. If by definition, if there is a game and there's a few people on that team, by definition, it's a team game, and you coming as one is stronger than being alone. Remember the time when we talked about astronomy and you said, oh, how come I never thought about going into a club? Why? Because minds put together are stronger, right?
True. When I was a kid, with school, we went out on this little park and there was some Da Vinci creations. And we saw a bit of his work, and we had a bit of a class, like, because there was some bridges, and we had a class basically teaching us how bridges work, and we built one, a little one, with little pieces of wood.
What's the story behind it?
And he told us, come on, let's try, you try everyone on your own to build the bridge, without really teaching us. And no one did it, and then he said, okay, now you go together, a pair of two, and everyone successfully did it. Without him teaching too much, you know.
Exactly, bro. And the thing is, right? It's like Jane said. And you know, we were talking about this before the stream, right? Sorry, I'm streaming as well, by the way.
Yeah,
the thing, right? Like Jane said, a person doing one thing by himself is a retard, but two people doing things at the same time is a strategy. Bro, even if you see it, it's a
Did he really said retard?
Yeah, bro. No, he didn't say that, but
yeah.
I'm just an aggressive guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, what could I get banned?
Bro, do you know my GM video? My GM video got banned!
No way, you... Oh my god.
Somebody... I swear to God, do you know what it was about? Do you know why? Oh, because it broke the community guidelines. I never did it, but the people in the street, like, do you know do you know when I go into the games and stuff?
No way they report you?
No, they're screaming and stuff.
Oh, and they said something.
Yeah, like they're saying, oh, like you're gay or something like that, like trying to be offensive and shit. Personally, I don't care. I hate everybody, you know? Like equal rights. Treat everybody like shit.
True.
I'm joking.
No way. Fuck, we got off the subject.
No, but I understand where you're coming along with that analogy where people going into mines thinking alike is going to develop yourself. And one thing about Overwatch that people don't understand is to be able to move as a unit, be able to perform as a team. Do you know one thing that I would advise people on Overwatch to pick up before they even work on positioning, before they even like, but besides obviously knowing what a payload is, what Reinhardt's like L2 ability does, what like
Yeah,
Zenyatta's ult does, right?
yeah,
I would say the most important thing is to be able to what's it called? Figure out what this game mainly is about. Oh, what is this game thing about? Like, how can you win these games? These games are mainly about resources. In my opinion, the team who performs well with their resources usually win the game. You have a team that pops up ults with 5 people, and a team that like uses one each fight and wins each fight. I think the team that uses their ults all at the same time will climb less than a team that uses it coordinatedly. And I'm disregarding game sense, by the way. Like they'll forget about
okay,
positioning, forget about game sense.
yeah.
You know?
That's true because you said at the same time and coordinately, and these are two different things. Coordinately imply a meaning to
I'm leaning
usage of
towards
it.
an
For
action.
example,
Yes. None of it.
I use this ultimate to. Okay, yeah, exactly. um, all right. Can we?
Sorry, bro. I made you forget, did I?
What were we talking about just
We were
before?
what we were
Rewind.
talking about is what's it called?
Yeah,
Being
okay,
able to.
I know, I remember. I'm sorry. It's just one time I played with a gold team. Back in the old days where they were looking for a group feature,
Yep.
and I was playing with a gold team, and they were doing really good, even though they were gold, because they were playing as a team really well, and they were coordinated and they were communicating. All that stuff, even though the positioning wasn't the best. For example, it was
They had a
on a
plan.
random map,
They moved as a unit.
random map.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they did not take the high ground, even though high ground would have been better, but still they won because they were coordinated. And it's not that hard. You taught me that to just you can see your teammate through the walls. You just watch him. Okay, he's looking this direction. He's moving forward. He,
Did I?
when
Dude,
you
it's
when
actually.
you
Did I
see
tell
your
you about the?
Winston,
Yeah.
when you see your Winston walking up and looking up, you
He
know
clearly
he's
wants to
gonna
jump.
jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about the time when I was playing Hanzo and basically there was a trolling Lucio on the enemy team, and I knew exactly where he was by how my tank was looking at him, and he was hiding up on the high ground, and bro, I just popped a dragon on him. I didn't even know he was there, but I predicted he was there
Yeah,
just from
it
how
was
my tank was looking. But that's game sense, and obviously we'll go into that topic like very soon. But basically, just to close the topic off from what I'm about to say, then we'll talk about game sense and stuff. Like, the one thing that I want to talk about is if you can coordinate as a team, right? I believe, like, I find it crazy that some people don't get this analogy. But think about two Bruce Lees and one Bruce Lee. Who's gonna win? Obviously, the two Bruce Lees, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're in an elo where you can punish. And yeah, that's pretty much my point.
I sent you little Bruce Lee videos, and you can see that his enemies they are not coordinated. I mean, even if they are not perfectly. Even in rank, like I see it so many times. Even on streams, like top 10 lobbies, I see the Sombra shooting at Ana, and then 1 second later, the monkey come and Sombra die, and monkey dies, and then Echo comes. But I'm like, this would have been perfect if you just did a 3-2-1, a countdown.
You know what? I had one. Do you remember that stream where this guy I was doing 3-2-1? This guy's like, "Why are you doing 3-2-1?" Bro, I never got more angry in that game because that guy was
Same.
so detached from
Yeah.
his team.
Yeah, I remember the fucking French Moira. Man. Nah, man, nah. I can't stand it. I'm glad I wasn't doing this game because I can't say if you're gonna get banned, but I would have been. My politics opinion would have changed. Would have been, yeah, different.
Bro, only thing I can say, right? You know what? I'll leave the playing as a team conversation away now. I want to talk more about game sense. How would you, bro? How would you teach game sense to, for example, my dad who's never played Overwatch?
Oh, it's like. Have you watched the first Spider-Man trilogy?
Unfortunately, not. Indulge me.
No way. You're not. No, you can't be. You have to watch them, man. The first. Basically, you know, Spider-Man has an instinct, the Spidey sense.
The spider senses.
Yeah, exactly. And the way they show it in the movie is that everything goes slow. There is a big zoom on him, on his eyes, and there is a little sound, a little. I don't know, like there is a R and E. I don't know the words for those two. High tone, high pitch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, a little sound, and game sense is basically the same thing in my opinion. But
I understand what you mean. It's where you feel something, and you're making your actions based upon what you're sensing at that moment. For example, you're thinking, where's the Reinhardt? Why is the Reinhardt like not on the front line? He's clearly flanking. He's gonna do some stupid flank shatter. Or if you don't see Reap, or if you see Cassidy just walking up on the high ground, what is that gonna tell you? He's gonna pop high noon. You know?
yeah, imagine your Reinhardt, you want to window fire strike, and the enemy Reinhardt has shatter. Your bab puts the window, but you didn't coordinate because he was not in voice chat, for example, and then you're like, I want to fire strike, but he has shatter. What are you gonna do here? In my opinion, the best thing would be to fake it. Try to, even with your body, you can fake stuff, like, even for range shatter, when you see him mindlessly working forward, you know he's gonna shatter. And yeah, you could bait the fire strike or
Yeah.
I don't know, those things, yeah, it's... But at the same time, it's a bit of a 50-50, you have to be in his mind. Other Reinhardt could be, well, I know he's gonna fake it, so I'm just gonna hold on to it and it's gonna be a useless window.
Yeah. One thing I was thinking, I was playing a game and I thought I had a flawless plan. And I feel like sometimes you need to take your win conditions into consideration. And I'll explain what I mean.
About that. Yeah, I was gonna talk about the same thing.
For example, I had Primal Rage, and I thought to myself, bro, that's the win condition. I'm gonna go in on the Zen, because they're playing Zen. But they also, do you know what also they had? They had Kiriko and they had Soldier. Do you know what happened as soon as I dived the backline? They popped Kiriko and Soldier ult. And they killed everyone in the backline. And then what happened? I died with it. I fed with 1000 HP. Couldn't even kill the Zen. And it makes me think, right? It's always what's it called? Better to be cautious, yet at the same time not be afraid to make that mistake. I feel like if you're too scared to, like, think about it like this. Think about Reinhardt. And I want you to think about what's it called? I want you to think of a long area map. Like, how do I explain it? I want you to think about which map is a good idea.
Havana?
Yeah, Havana. Sorry, I was actually thinking of that map, but I couldn't think in my mind. But let's say Havana. And let's say, weird reason, you're going right side with your whole team. Right? You go right with your whole team. And what happens is, you have to make the decision, should I stand still to let my team walk? Or should I what's it called? Shall I move and risk my team getting shot? What would happen if you stood in the middle, just eating shots?
You would die. I mean, eventually.
And what would happen if you, what's it called? You walked up forward and you didn't rotate that cleanly with your team.
Someone
Someone in
get
your team
picked.
is going to die, right?
Yeah.
But now, what happens if you try and do them both at the same time? You will die, and so will your team. You know?
Okay.
And in this situation, fair enough, both of them can lead to good plays, right? If you play slow enough, the Anna's probably going to miss her nade, and then boom, someone in your team's going to recognize it and kill her for it, or something along those lines. Yo, 1 second. Yo. Yo, can you hear me? Sorry. Basically, what I wanted to say was, like, you could what's it called? You could make a decision to either play super defensive or play super aggressive, yet at the same time, like, making both of those choices at the same time, being indecisive, will get you killed. It's like, do you know fight or flight or freeze? You don't want to be freeze at all.
Yeah.
Freezing is the worst thing you can do. Imagine you're a baby gazelle in front of a lion, bro. Fair enough, fighting is the most stupid position. Running, you probably cannot run away from the lion, right? But standing there is free elo for the lion, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we want people to improve, really, you know, one time you told me about staying positive at all time, and you told me how you turned this toxic French Macri into someone who communicates.
Yes, I remember that.
And he even said thank you after getting rest. Next time you encounter something like that, record it. Record the moment. It's pure gold for a video to show someone how.
Yeah,
How it
I
pays
remember
off.
that day really well. I will never forget that day where genuinely this guy was very angry. He was blaming everyone. And my mindset in that situation is, listen, why would somebody get angry in a game? It's the reason is because they're performing bad. When you perform bad, that's because you don't know, right? You don't know how to what's it called? Like, you don't know how to win that situation. Or, genuinely your team is bad, but I would promise you, 60% of the time, it's probably you. Not even 60, bro. Probably 75% of the time, it's probably you. And most times, when you say that your team is bad, you're probably that teammate. You're that guy. Bro, I remember the time there was a girl, right? She was being very aggressive, bro. She was being extremely aggressive to everyone.
Aggressive. No
yes,
way.
yes. And I thought to myself, if I tell this girl to calm down, right? She's probably gonna she's gonna primal rage, bro. She was like that level. But I thought to myself, what's a good way to be able to cool off the situation in a joke, yet at the same time, what's it called? Like, have fun in a way. Because I wanted to also have a bit of fun, and I want to tell you the story. I don't know if I told you, I probably did tell you, but basically...
No, you did not.
Okay, I'll explain. Alright, I'll explain from the beginning. I was playing on Iconwald, and I was playing Run, and there was this I think it was a Mercy, or it was a Anna. Bro, from the beginning, you could tell that she was very angry. And you could tell if one mistake happened, she's going to what's it called? She's gonna pop Illari ult without the ultimate. She's just gonna scream, you know? And lo and behold, she actually gets angry. And I'm thinking to myself, this is not gonna help the team, bro. Like, this is genuinely not gonna help the team. And I'm thinking, like, bro, like, I want to win this game. Obviously, winning doesn't mean everything, but learning is the most important thing to me, in my opinion. And in that situation, I thought to myself, how can I make this girl less toxic? And then, I found I theory crafted a few things. First, I tried to thing her. What's it called? I tried to praise her every time. It wasn't working. Clearly, it wasn't working. She was like either silent or she was thinking. She was like, "Thank you," but she wasn't changing her opinion. I tried to coordinate with her, but she still focused on her team. And I'm thinking, okay, wow, like clearly this is not thinking. What's it called? Like this is not applying as well. And then, believe it or not, I started asking her questions in game. Like, I asked how her day was today. She said I'm fine. Like, I posted a picture on Instagram, and I thought to myself instantly, what if she's a very lustful girl? When I say lustful, like she just likes flirting and stuff like that. And I thought to myself, yes, I found the solution.
Did you say lust? L-U-S-T?
Yes, lustful.
Ah, okay, okay.
Like, I don't want to say she's horny, but at the same time, she's very flirty, you know what I mean? So I thought to myself, what if I make jokes on what's it called? Her in a flirty way, if that makes sense. And then when she gets angry, I start thinking to myself, I could try to play with her ego in a way. So, for example, she would scream. She starts screaming, right? And I was like, she's like, "Oh my days!" And then I start screaming from the back saying, "Guys, why are you making the Mercy angry, man?" And then she goes quiet. And I was like, "Mercy, how does this make you feel?" She goes silent, and then I start adding words like, "Does it make you feel annoyed?" She's like, "Yeah." And then I was thinking, like, shall we win this then? Like, honestly, we don't need this team. We can pop off. I kind of only said that because no one was in chat. Or otherwise, I would have... Every time I try to change someone, I try not to include other people, if that makes sense. And then, after I said that, she was still angry. She was still flaming the team in a way, but not as aggressive as she was. And then I kept pushing it, bro. I made, like, flirty jokes like, "Oh, like, if this is how you're a thing, pocketing, is it alright if we stack together? Pretty please. Like, honestly, you're really good. Like, you have sexy gameplays." I was saying, I can't remember what I'm saying, but I was saying something along those lines. Like, bro, do you know how long ago this was? This was like season 29.
Yo, long time.
Yeah, and what did I do in that situation? I'm sorry that I couldn't explain it really well, but in that situation, I turned an aggressive e-girl, right, into somebody who wasn't as aggressive. Fair enough. Did it change what she did? Probably not. She was probably still angry, but it made her a thing. What's it called? Not demoralize the team, if there was anyone there. Nobody was in chat.
Yeah, I think you found the right balance between telling her the truth, like, "You're annoying, please stop," and at the same time being positive.
Yeah.
So,
You know, just like how IOStuck says, the best way to be able to deal with negativity is to evolve yourself around it, to make a tolerance against it. For example, do you know very beautiful girls? For example.
hello?
Yo.
Yo.
Let's take, for example, very beautiful girls, let's say, right? And there's this guy who's not... Like, I'm pretty sure the girl must think, oh, like, let's say a girl is like a 7 out of 10, right? She can easily get guys who are like 8 out of 10. Easy. Right? Because, like, if a girl is a 6 out of 10, she could probably get an 8 out of 10 guy. In my opinion.
Yeah.
But imagine if a 6 out of 10 guy rejects the 6 out of 10 girl. Do you think she can take it? She has no tolerance towards like guys her league.
Yeah, she will.
You know? But imagine someone like us. like even if we get, I bet you, I don't think you'd do it, but like let's say you go for an ugly bitch, right? Like a 1 out of 10, bro. I'm talking about 1 out of 10, bro. Like a fat gremlin,
Yeah.
bro. If she rejects you, you're not gonna take it personally, because potentially maybe you're used to rejection because it's the life of a man in a way.
Yeah, and also, for example, I tried Tinder and I don't have time to fucking
No time for
choose.
fucking. Let's go.
Nah.
Bro's on my Sigma Grinding, baby. Let's go. No way, bro. Bro just literally said dun 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 dun.
But I don't have time to choose, like left or right. I don't care, bro. I'm just swiping right. Who cares? I do the filtering after, you know. And this girl was like, yeah, 1 out of 10. I'm not gonna say why. Just I think that objectively it was a 1 out of 10. Maybe few people will disagree, but
Bro, if an
the
ugly
majority
gremlin
will.
rejects you, that's kind of deep. Yo, Raiden Tesla, you gotta hear me out though. Number one, obviously, I would never go out with a goblin.
No, but let me finish my story.
No, no, no,
Just
live stream, live stream.
live stream. Yeah. Ah, okay, okay. Let's go. Answer. Answer. Come on. You are saying something to this guy.
But yeah, basically, the point of this analogy is not like I would go out with a gremlin, but a girl who is so used to what's it called? Who is so used to having guys in her league get rejected by a guy in her own league is something she physically cannot recover from. It would, like, bro, it could probably be traumatic, bro. And I'm saying this with a fact. Like, that girl would probably feel like she was being, like, chased by a fucking hunter in DBD. Like, bro, that kind of level.
Alright, alright. Just to end my story real quick, even though I think it's a bit off topic. Just the... Yeah, so there was this girl, and I was like, I'm not gonna go deep, you know? Like, I don't know, I just talked to her a little bit because I saw she liked cinema. And I was like, well, she's ugly, but maybe...
I think you told me about it.
Maybe I can have an interesting conversation about it. At least, like, I don't know, maybe I can learn stuff from her, I don't know, who knows. And I talked to her and I did a nice message, and it was like interesting talking about cinema, how I discovered it, how I'm into it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she answered with like few words, and she told me she likes like Marvel movies. And at that point, I knew she was even less than a 1 out of 10. Like, bro, you can't say you like cinema and then you're like, yeah, I love Marvel movies. Like, sorry, no, I mean, you're not interesting. Don't put cinema in your interest.
Bro, I'm gonna say the K word, but I don't want to get banned.
So sometimes it's also like other his personality, you know, like a girl can be ugly but interesting, just like a guy, even though this is not what makes you get any girlfriend or boyfriend. It may be the reason as well that you are just dumb, you know. I wouldn't like to go out with a 10 out of 10 and she's dumb.
Not for the first few months. Yes, exactly.
I would like to fuck her, sure, but I wouldn't like to show her to my parents.
Yeah, bro. She's not part of the wolf club. Like, she's not part of the pack.
Let's try to put that in the topic. So for Overwatch, I would compare it like I would compare beauty with mechanical skill and intelligence with awareness. And
you know what? Is it alright if I change the topic a little bit but exactly with what you're saying?
Okay.
I want to put that in more of how you should view toxicity, because this whole conversation that I brought up just now, before it turned into our love lives or some shit like that. But basically, how you should view toxicity. That's what I want to talk about.
Okay.
What is the first thing that people do whenever they receive a negative comment within a thing? What's it called? Like
They get angry. They feel like they had been strike, so they strike back.
now, bro. I
Usually.
want you to imagine this. Imagine you're cooking. Like, bro, you're cooking some sandwiches or some shit like that.
I'm a guy. I can't. No. Abort it.
Nah, bro.
Abort it.
Nah, bro. I'm gonna have to
Abort the
kick
joke.
it.
Abort the joke.
Maybe not. Like, I can give a different one. For example, let's say you're doing a test. Imagine somebody comes up to you like, "Yo, you're so shit. Look, you couldn't even answer that question." Like, do you understand how like degenerate that is?
Yeah.
I like to believe that people are genuinely not toxic, but it's a more of a culture than it actually is toxicity. It makes them feel that way, but it feels like that they have to be that way. You know what I mean? It's like if they don't be that way, then they're going to what's it called?
Yeah, it's like
Get
bully or
attacked.
get bullied.
Yes,
I
that's
had-
exactly
I had-
what.
Well, when I was in school, I don't know how you call that in English, but it's like gardening school, like
Kindergarten.
No, it's not really kindergarten, but it's like when you learn how to write and to read. Those years at
Oh,
school.
primary school.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's the same in French. Finally, we can agree on something.
But yeah, I'm listening.
There was this girl that was getting bullied because she had issues with her urine, like she couldn't keep it. So
Okay.
it was messy, it was smelly,
Okay.
and she was getting bullied. And I mean, I did not care as long as she wasn't next to me in class. I couldn't care less about her and did not want to bully her. But I felt like there was a group, you know, and it's like you either bully or you get bullied, and you must be from. So I did not really bully her, but like when I was with other people who were talking about her, like, haha, she's so weird and stuff like that. But never told her something like to her, I mean, you know, but yeah, there's this thing, but it's I don't know if it's bad that I did that, but it's kind of have to choose. But on Overwatch, I mean, even at school, I was a kid. I think I can't be blamed for that, and others did worse.
I mean, you got to realize that most of this player base is children, you know, and the only people who are, I would say, adults. You're either in top 500 to like high masters, or you're in bronze, where you're just like you come home from work, you know.
True, yeah.
Bro, if you're in bronze, no one's toxic, especially if you're all in mic chat, bro. Everyone's having a good time. Watch some flats videos, bro.
Yeah.
Nicest mercies.
I mean, if you watch Red Shell in bronze videos, bronze are not so happy about him.
But yeah, basically, what I want to talk about is you should look at toxicity. Believe it or not, this is gonna sound crazy. Look at it with love, bro. And let me explain why. Because I like to believe that maybe you can disagree with me on this, but I believe this with a passion. That let's say, let me give you an example, right? I'm looking at you, I'm doing something that's gonna make you feel very upset, very angry, bro. The truth is, I am not a mean person. You find me mean. Does that make sense? You manifest my energy into your thoughts. Does that make sense?
You can't be friends with everybody anyway.
Exactly. So why try to hate on her? Like, when I say try to hate on everyone, right? I don't mean be friends with them, say hi to them, but at the same time, you shouldn't hold this grudge. For example, bro, like when people start flaming me in chat, like for example, like it's no secret. I'm a meme in this community, bro. People kind of see me as a meme, like, oh, the guy who hit like Grandmaster, and then he went down to Plat in Overwatch 1, right?
Yeah.
But my mindset is I physically cannot care what you say. And the reason why, like, Number one, you don't mean it. Like, you don't mean to what's it called? Like, it's just this culture that people become toxic. Bully or
Yeah, he
get
just
bullied.
finds it funny, like he...
So you don't mean it in a way to try to, yeah, I'm gonna make Gibraltar feel bad. Gibraltar's gonna get hurt. It's just something that they say. And if they really do, like, let's say they do genuinely try to make me feel bad, bro, their actions are not my responsibility. Why am I controlling something that's not in my power? Just like how you shouldn't blame your Anna's positioning, right? Look at your positioning, bro. Where are you positioned in life, bro? You know? You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my take on mentality with toxicity.
To be
Maybe
honest, all of that, i- just cut off the chat. Just leave the chat. That's what I do. It works. And if people, you
But then,
know,
do you know what?
I
Listen.
hate.
This is gonna be a harsh reality, Hitachi. Do you know what that does? That lowers your tolerance.
No, okay. Something I would like for to say about Overwatch. That one time we played a game. It was on Blizzard World with French people, and they were talking in French. They were toxic. We lost the first, like, what? No. Yeah, we lost the first team fight, and they got angry and stuff like that. They were
Yeah.
shouting, and you nicely asked them to don't scream, and I didn't want. I just mute them. But what I did is that I was already affected by their energy. But the thing that I did is that I used it the right way. Just like stress can be awful for
Gotta
you,
run.
for your health. Like there was a study. It's like about stress, and people who thought stress was bad and they were gonna die of like a heart attack because of stress, and they're like, I'm stressed, my heart is beating, and I'm gonna die. You know, those people. And another group of people who thought that stress is a good thing. It helps focus. I mean, like adrenaline, you know, when you're getting attacked by fucking grizzly bears running at you, you have a massive stress adrenaline, which is nice to help your survival, you know. And I try to, and the study showed that people that thought stress was good lived longer than the people that thought stress was bad. So it's just what you believe in. And I used to be really stressed when I was a kid for nothing, just going for the music class because the teacher was so mean, or English class, the teacher was awful. It was so stressful. I was waking up the morning with like stomach ache. It was awful. But I learned how to deal with it and to use it at my advantage. And now I love stress. When I play Overwatch, I love to just stress myself, and sometimes I play with friends.
Interesting.
I'm breathing hard in the mic, like I'm stressed, I'm tense, you know, and I like it because I stress myself for nothing, just because I like it and it serves me. I feel like in Matrix when he's dodging bullets, I see everything slowly. I'm in the flow. I love it. And the first to came back to rewind a little bit. This game on Blizzard World, I muted them, but I kept the energy and like, oh, I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna carry. I'm gonna do insane calls. And that's what I did. I did a call. I remember like, oh, we're gonna have ult advantage, so everyone take top. Diva, you stay payload, you push the payload, everyone stay top. We use ultimate so they don't get high ground, and then we just have to hold the high ground and win one team fight, and we get the whole point for free. And yeah, you can use every emotion to your advantage. Just like Mike Tyson, he used to be a really aggressive, violent, emotional kid with a lot of anger, and his coach basically told him how to focus the fire. An uncontrolled fire is bad because it's gonna burn the whole house. It's gonna destroy everything.
You know what?
But
That's
no.
what SVB couldn't understand in that stream.
Yeah, and if you take the fire and focus it at the right place, so it does the good thing, and that's it. You should be able to control your emotions and not your emotional energy, which basically means you can feel sad or angry, but do something good about it, and do it in a way that those emotions are useful. The first time I did push-ups in my life, it's because I was angry. I used this anger to get insane power to be able
Why
to
were you
lift
angry, if I may
myself
ask?
up. I think it was FIFA or something a while ago. When I never play FIFA, bro. Never.
Bro, I used to sweat off that
Never.
shit. I spent like 120 pounds on like FIFA coins, like very long time ago. I will never play that game again.
I did not play that much, and I'm glad. Anyway, so even in game where you encounter someone toxic, I like to use it as fuel and to give my absolute best and use all that stress, that tense, but for a noun, tenseness, in a good way, to be able to think fast, react fast. Yeah. I get that it might not work for everyone, but it worked pretty well for me. Maybe because I'm French.
You know
and
what? Hot take. If you can't influence your negative emotions into something good, you're a bitch. Fight me.
Giga based.
Bro, like, how can somebody, right? For example, SVB saying, like, oh, why does it always have to be the gym or something like that? Like, he's not understanding, like, for example, from that stream when I was watching, like, bro, what Awkward was trying to portray was to take an emotion that's making you feel overwhelmed and dwell it into something good.
Exactly.
You know? Shenanigans like that.
And Jim is good, but SVB could argue that Jim is not good. I'm sure he could reach that level of delusion.
Bro, do you know one thing that made me think I felt like closing the stream? I think I actually closed it after that. Awkward said, who is most likely going to be more happy? A healthy, rich, successful man? Or a fat 1 out of 10 depressed nobody? Like, no, not depressed, 1 out of 10 ugly nobody. And he's like, oh, where's the statistics? I don't know.
Yeah, oh my god.
It's like he agrees, but he's just, I don't know.
So I legit don't know. No, you have to back it up with some stat. I don't.
Bro,
nah, bro.
It does not take a genius to be able to.
Oh, it's like, have you seen The Wolf of Wall Street?
The Wolf, I think maybe. Do you want to tell me what it's about?
No, I've saw the movie. I just want. There is this scene where he's gonna get kicked out, but he doesn't care and he stays even though it's illegal and he's gonna get caught and he knows it. He just loves it. And he said, I've been a poor man and I've been a rich man. And I choose rich every fucking time. That's the same thing. You could replace rich and poor by fat and broke and rich and successful. With a social life, etc. Bro, it's the same. Every person that has been both choose healthy and successful, financially, socially, over the opposite.
Do you know what I kind of tend to like not believe? Somebody who is obese. When I'm saying obese, I mean like near like 50% body fat. People who are now struggling to walk. Imagine that they're famous, but like they look like that against somebody who's not as famous, but he's attractive, right? Bro, I was watching. You know Hamza Ahmed, like the thing, the person who made like, he's like, oh, this guy is creepy, Adonis. Do you know? Do you watch him?
No.
He makes like self-improvement videos. He's a red pillar. He's slowly going towards black pill, right? But basically, what he was talking about in that stream, like what he was talking about in that video was that how do I explain it? Well, we both took a puff at the same time. But basically, what I wanna, like, what he was talking about there is that the difference between somebody who is successful and against somebody who's not successful, but somebody who, bro, he's like, there's two people who can do the same actions, but the thing is, the guy who, how do I explain it? Well, sorry, I'm playing free for all right now as well. But so two people who do the same exact action, right? And one of them's ugly and one of them's pretty. It's based on like how, if you want to know if you're pretty or if you're funny, it's on how attractive you are, bro. Bro, if you are ugly in this day and age, you can't flirt with a girl. You really can't. Not without looking like a creep. And that's this day and age. It's, you know, and I'm so glad for that. I'm so glad that I'm going through this pain. Do you know why? Because people, specifically men, we have a competition now. And all of the weak men are going to struggle. Men who do not care about self-improvement are going to wither away, and I'm going to have all the women. Bro.
Yeah, it's a form of... Do you know how evolution works?
Yeah, natural selection, bro. Natural selection, bro.
Yeah, natural selection,
I'm
exactly.
so happy for my pain.
Natural selection has disappeared or weakened significantly for the human species, and it is bad. Men were born to be competitive because when we were in the wild, in the caverns fighting bears to eat, you know, or stuff like that, no fire, like. We were competing against other men to get girls because girls want the tougher male, the manliest male, the better one, because he's gonna do babies with his genes that are gonna do gigachat babies.
That's basically women 101. Why does a woman want a nice strong? Sorry, I'm listening. Sorry.
For the best of the species, and yeah, that's it. We were born to be like that, and it's good. Competition is good.
Bro, I hope one day, like when the time comes, all men who are weak perish, and all the strong men survive. And I believe you're gonna be one of them one day, Hitachi. You're gonna be the Giga Chad, and we're gonna be two brothers decimating the opposition. I can never wish death on you, bro. If you're a Giga Chad or if you're a beta male, either way, you're different. You're like my little bro. But what's your opinion? You clearly have one here. Yo, you there?
Yeah. I'm
What's
just
your opinion?
thinking because we should link it to Overwatch. It's it's in the title. Self-development Overwatch. Where is the Overwatch?
Bro, fuck Overwatch. It's just an excuse to get. It's like clickbait,
yeah, you should enjoy losing in Overwatch, because the harder the loss,
the easier the lesson.
Yes. The more you can learn. And I was telling that to Get Amazed. I was following Washington Justice in Overwatch League, and they had a rough match, few match even. And I told Get Amazed, Yo, I watched the match. Uh, I like this and that. It was nice. You know, too bad you lost. And at some point they lost hard, like hard. And I told him, maybe it's for the best. The harder the lost, the greater the learning. The I don't know. The VOD review is gonna be even better, and you're gonna learn even more. And I even told him the gym session is gonna be Titanesque.
Bro, I'm thankful for my pain. I'm thankful for the time when I cried because I couldn't track the kill feed. Because I tried so hard, I worked hard, and now I'm probably one of the best people to track the kill feed, bro.
It's cool. And what do you think about the new feature they add where every time someone or in the enemy team, someone in your or in the enemy team dies, there is a sound that plays? I find it amazing. It's really nice.
Sorry, I don't get it.
If you don't use it, you should use it. It's a new feature that you can turn on in your settings. And
what is it?
For example, let's say someone in your team dies, there's gonna be a sound playing, and this sound is gonna be a little note that goes down. So, I'm not single, I don't know how to make notes, but...
Oh, so it's not the same as...
a lower note, and when you kill someone in the enemy team, you have a high-pitched note. And when someone dies in yours, a low-pitched note.
Oh, so if you kill somebody, it's like boom, but it's like if your team dies, it's like boom.
Yeah, and if you team kill, it's like ta-da, 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 ta-da. And just based of the sound, now I don't even notice it. At first I was like, the sound is annoying, but now I don't even notice it, and in the back of my brain, instinctively, I know if we have the upper hand or not.
I probably need to turn that on. Where do you find it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe in accessibility or in sound. I guess it's in sound.
It's in sound. No, it's probably in gameplay, maybe, or yeah, accessibility. Subtitles, color blindness, text to speech, general, reduce menu movements. See if I can find anything on here. Nah, can't seem to find anything like that, bro. Game mode, open mic. Yeah, I can't find it, homeboy.
Well, it's there somewhere, so we should find it eventually.
Bro, I'm actually pumped to play. Like, you know, after this whole thing, I'm actually pretty pumped. All 2 viewers left.
But you should record more.
Well, this is my first ever stream. You know, the only thing I'm worried about is you know, and I'm gonna stop the stream now. But besides that, thanks for being on the show, Hitachi. Shout out to Hitachi on YouTube. Follow him, he makes educational content as well. Thank you.